So, huge thanks for joining me again. It's been a busy day on Facebook Live. Did a multiple Facebook Live earlier this morning. This one's a little bit different. It's enjoying the beautiful sun. I'm with Harinder Paul. Harinder's brother, probably better known in the property circles, Prab. Prab, Harinder, Thierry, Tim come together to form the collective known as the Vincent Group. Yep. Look, it changes things when it's nice and sunny, you know. But we've been, so we wouldn't probably be in this scenario right now here in this beautiful location, which is literally yards away from the Olympic Park. Now we're discussing literally Harinder's role in terms of the Vincent Group and looking at the how. You know, how do you stay motivated on a daily basis, and how do you achieve your goals? And you were saying one moment ago, it's not always about the how, it's about the why.
Yeah, Brendan, you are asking me, or you're telling me earlier that the audience usually wants to know how to do something, how to find the right property deal, how to raise
How
the
to
money,
raise finance.
how to raise finance, and what I find is that there's only so much how you can do before you come against a stumbling block or a hurdle. And then most people, when they come against a stumbling block or a hurdle, or they fail, it's difficult to pick yourself back up again. So for me, it's not the how that's important, it's the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And you know, there's a phrase, it's the reasons that get you through the seasons. So my why is I love making a difference to people. So as Investor Relations Director for the Vincent Group, for me, when I'm in front of a potential investor, I'm not looking at, okay, how can I get money out of this guy, or you know, blah blah blah. I'm generally looking at how can I benefit him, what's in it for him. If you think about it, unless that person wins, there's no deal. Unless that person wins, there's no deal. So for me, my why is helping people and making a difference to people. So if I can make a difference to an investor and help them get an amazing return, help them come on board one of our projects, help them shadow one of our projects, I'm a happy man. So it's really about your why. You know, why are you doing this? And for some people, it might be not necessarily making a difference. It might be they want to get out their job.
What's in the let's go back to the how in a few moments' time. But what's in the pipeline first of all for Vincent? Is there anything that the audience should know?
Yeah, we're actively always. In terms of deals, we're about to complete and exchange on the same day on one of our trading deals next Friday, which is a 3-bedroom house in Forest Gate.
So it's quite close to where we are.
Yeah.
It's not a million miles away.
No, it's just literally around. Actually, yeah, it's around the corner. We're in Stratford, and that's a direct-to-vendor deal. So we're picking up at a very low price and flipping it straight into auction next month. We're back.
And before you bought it, did you already know which auction house you were going to sell at? I know for Thierry, I keep reading his messages on Facebook. He seems to be at auction almost every month with Savills or more.
Yeah, so this is going to be the second deal that we're flipping in auction this year. Last time we bought a house in Morden and flipped that into auction. So yeah, Thierry, that's Thierry's department. He knows beforehand, obviously, the date of the auction, so we time it such that we can buy it and flip it straight away without even refurbishing it.
Without refurb?
Yeah, so this will be literally buying the property and flipping it straight into auction.
Okay.
And then
obviously making a margin as well without refurb.
Yes.
What's the strategy about not doing the refurb?
We wanted to create a model whereby we could do X number of deals a month. And to fulfill that model, it would mean literally buying and flipping straight into auction. So our thing is volume. And in terms of what's on the horizon, we're currently, in the next few weeks, going to be looking for an investor to go 50-50 on the whole trading model. Someone who can put in the money and go 50. We're looking to spend probably, on average, £50,000 a month on marketing alone. So you're looking at £600,000 a year, and that's going to produce about 15 deals a month.
In terms of marketing, in terms of finding the deals?
Yeah, so whether it's the newspaper advertising, whether it's through Google ads and what have you. that's the trading arm. In terms of our acquisitions arm, which Tim, most of you probably know Tim Hodges, we're about to exchange on a deal in Chessington in Surrey. Again, direct to vendor, subject to planning. Prab and Tim are actually out. We're out yesterday looking at another deal we're about to secure, where the offer's been accepted as well in North London.
Which is separate to the trading arm?
Which is separate to the trading arm. They're the projects where we're buying the properties, getting the planning permission, and then touch wood we get the right price with the enhanced planning, and then literally selling it with the enhanced planning. Otherwise we build it out and then sell it.
Okay. It's all interesting. What I found interesting as well was the beginning of our conversation offline, when we were talking about the how-to. So you were talking about the accountability partner.
Yeah, you asked me earlier, what one thing would you say, you said, Harinder, that would be like the golden nugget? It's not the word you use, but I'm going to call it the golden nugget. And what I said was accountability. You know, partner up with someone who's going to hold you to account. Your peer group is really, you know, just like you do some amazing networking events, and people come to the networking events to be around the fire. You know, when you're around the fire, you're alive, you're burning with passion. When you're away from the fire, you'll extinguish. So the peer group is very important. I mean, you mentioned you've done UPW a few times with Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins says, give me the average earnings of your 10 closest friends, and I'll predict your earnings to the nearest $100. Okay, so your peer group is really your network is your net worth.
Sure.
So what I make sure is that, you know, luckily I've been around personal development for over 20 years, so I'm quite self-generating. I wasn't always like that, so I made sure I partner up with people that also needed the support, maybe a mastermind team where you can hold each other account. But it's got to be people that you know are going to kick your butt if you don't do something. You know, you told me earlier you've joined a gym. You've got a personal training session. Now, when the alarm goes off in the morning, if you're the only person that you're accountable to, you probably just switch it off and go back to sleep. Yet if you've got a gym buddy who you know you're going to meet at the gym, or you've got a personal trainer, you'll get up and go.
In a way similar to a personal coach.
Yeah, so that's probably the biggest thing. And the second thing I would say is, for me personally, is regularly listening to positive stuff, you know, whether it's Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra. Just whenever I'm down, you know, I'm not always like this.
Sure.
You know, it's that phrase, if life was always sunshine, it'd be a desert.
What I loved about Jane Scroggs at East 8, she was at my event, presented and talked about networking. One thing which I found which was interesting, which makes pure obvious sense, is even from an attendance point of view, you know, with the music which she listens to beforehand, to get in that, she didn't quite say peak state, but it is a peak state to be, you know, a good networker or a great networker. So,
definitely.
You know, whatever particular method you use, whether it's meditation or, and I know Thierry, I think it was Thierry put something on about your group session, you know, for the Vincent group, where you do have meditation as part of your group meeting.
Yeah, when we meet up once a month, and also we have meetings every week, and at the start of our meeting we actually meditate together and focus on a specific outcome to do with the company. For example, our foundation for the Vincent Group donates money to organisations that take personal development education into schools. So we, on our last board meeting, what we focused on with our eyes closed for 15 minutes was being at the Royal Albert Hall, the event being hosted by Tony Robbins, and the 100 schools that we've impacted, the children in the audience and coming up on stage and sharing how their lives have transformed. And we had the education secretary there. We don't know who the education secretary is going to be in 10 years' time,
sure.
but it's literally visualizing a common goal for the Vincent Group. And on our meeting on Monday, which is on the phone, we meditated and visualized the outcome that we want to achieve in terms of the number of property deals we want to do by the end of the year. So we were visualizing, celebrating the amazing results we've already had.
Look, for different reasons, it's only a short Facebook Live, and I'd love it to be longer, particularly in this beautiful weather as well. Look, how can people get hold of you, Harinder? And what opportunities are you open to as well?
People can get hold of me through. Can I put my telephone number?
Well, email address I prefer.
Okay, so it's Harinder at vincentgroup.co.uk. So Harinder at vincentgroup.co.uk.
Vincent Group is VIN.
Sorry, I apologize. Harinder Paul at vincentgroup.co.uk. VINCIT.
Sure. Look, that's it for the moment. I'd love to go on and on. I've learned a lot, even in that short space of time. And I'm sure at some point fairly soon, both you're speaking, but a lot more detailed Facebook Live as well. It's beautiful in this nice weather. So huge thanks for joining myself. Huge thanks for joining